videos long, get some popcorn.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. I have a special video. It's going to be over the course of a couple days, and I can't believe that I got my hands on this before it goes into production. Hold on, I gotta unplug my SCT scanner for this, and this is it's a paddle shift. So these right here, hold on. These right here, they're 3D printed, as you can tell. They're honestly phenomenally made. I'm very baffled by this, but they I want to say they go like this. You go like that, and they obviously have double-sided tape, and then this right here, I might mount it like right here, just because there's no double-sided tape and I don't want to add to it. But I'm probably gonna mount it right here. This plugs into the car, and I essentially have paddle shifters on a Crown Victoria, which it's never been done until this company, it's on here. It's called Can Shift. So that's the company name. They're still in development, but I'm pretty excited for this. Even this right here is 3D printed. This thing is, it's awesome. It just goes to show what you can do at home with the right knowledge. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount these on really quick. I'm just going to probably clean them with my hands, because he said that they're really sticky. So I'm gonna go with his word on that, and try to stick them on. So I'm gonna route the wire underneath, like so. So I got them in. They're in. And I noticed if you kind of like, obviously, you know, you're not supposed to push it up here, but they're more oriented, like, it's more like down here, but I'm sure if you like press it hard enough or whatever, it'll acknowledge that you clicked it, and like it'll send a signal or whatever. So now I'm gonna plug it in and see what happens. So I probably should have looked at that part right there. Oops. Because it's hard to tell, but those three prongs, there's 3 prongs on each side, those are supposed to go right there. But they're still stuck. Seems to be fine. So yeah. So time to plug. We'll plug it in. Alrighty. Should be good. I'm just gonna set it around there and up like, and maybe, all right, that should work. So I'm gonna key the cycle, can shift, so it's in park right now. I'm gonna fire it up. So now put it into drive. It says 1. So I'm in reverse right now. Let's back it up. Okay, so I talked to the guy who made them, and he said that there's a battery, and I'm like, what battery? He's like, there's a battery in the box, did you not see it? And I'm like, no, but it goes into this paddle shifter. I got it in, and now it's working. So if I go like this, that right there, so now I'm in second gear first. So shift it, let's downshift it. Oh yeah, so in first and second, they don't brake, like it doesn't do engine braking. But let's go to 4th gear, and we are in idle, basically. We are cruising at 20 miles an hour right now with the paddle shifters. These things are awesome. Whoop, I accidentally did it again. Okay, so I'm gonna go around the block and let's see how it goes. Let's downshift into third. Ooh, I like that. And it also stays in the gear too. Obviously, you know, if you're in first or second, it doesn't do, it kind of just drops down RPMs. We'll let this person go really quick. Oh, actually, no, it's my turn. Okay, this thing is cool. All right, downshift. Now, if I want, all I have to do is just hit both of them at the same time, and it'll turn off. Let's see if I can do it. No, I can't. I'm driving. But I am excited. All right, I'm gonna downshift it again in a second because I'm turning right here. Let's go into first. I'm gonna take the corner really quick. Oh no, I accidentally upshifted. Oh, I'm in third. Oh, this thing is awesome. This thing is awesome, man. Now I'm gonna downshift. Ooh, I like that. Downshift into first. So let's see how it is. Wait, hold on. What gear? Let's go in first. What is that? Third right there. We're in overdrive at, 20 miles an hour. It's fine. First gear. Second gear. So, okay. So what it looks like is that's the gear that I'm in, and that's the gear that I want to be in. So if I'm at a standstill right now and I go and I upshift it, it says I want to be in second, but I'll be in first. So I'm just gonna drive. Now I'm in second. Let's just say I want to go up to third. Boom. I'm in third now. When I'm done with it, I will give a review, so it'll be the same video, just probably different day. So today is February 2nd. So I will, and it's got 56, I think, keys left, like key cycles, but I'm super excited. I'm even gonna let my friends drive it, so we'll see how it goes with that. It should be about a week and a half-ish of just testing it and seeing how it goes. I might get some double-sided tape for this and put it like up here or something, or I don't know. I might send him a message, or give him some advice with like a mounting like a shift or whatever, because the only really flaw that I see is with this right here, how it just comes out. I mean, that's really the only bad thing about this, because you can't put it like right there. I mean, I guess if you makes like a cup holder mount for like right here, that'd be definitely interesting to see. Or it'd be cool if you made it wireless. But okay, it needs power, my bad. But I was gonna say, if wireless, and then just place it like right here on the steering wheel, or maybe get an extender and run it all the way up, kind of like the SCT, and then just put it like right there, and then cover it with something so like the UV rays don't kill it. Go see like it. So I turn it off. It'll say can shift, and then it'll go 55 or 56 left. So that's how many key cycles I have, and I just wasted one for that. But whatever. Probably show video of other people driving it, see how they like it, and their advice on it. So obviously left paddle is downshift, right paddle's upshift.
Right.
But instead of going all the way around the block like I did, just go to the Walmart or whatever. Oh, like the first turn that I did, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's literally just plug and play too.
user-friendly, too, now that I'm thinking about it.
It's literally just like any paddle shifters on any other car.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't have my seatbelt on. Oops. And it is standalone, as we tested earlier. I revved it out to, I think, like 6,300.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so at the last one, or take a left. So yeah, you're in first gear now.
Yep. Not bad.
No.
I really like that, actually. That's cool.
Mint. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you approve?
I do approve. 100%.
Alrighty.
I can't wait to get my own now.
All right.
You know, like it's a little odd getting used to at first because you're like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, getting the feel and whatnot. But like, that was like immediate. It's like, okay, now I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
Awesome.
As if you could what?
So say you're like cruising at 20 and third, can you double downshift to first?
I'm not sure.
Find it.
Break the transmission, you buy it.
I got one. I got a spare.
But does it have a J mod?
It will want to give it to you.
All right, that's fair. I'll give you this one too because it's J modded.
You know what? That is one thing that I do need to pick up is the J-Mod kit for the eventuality.
It's 2 drill bits.
Get it from.
Okay.
So just third. It will also basically like
Yes. Answer my question.
it will it'll send a signal to the PCM and it'll be like, hey, are we capable of downshifting or upshifting?
Yeah.
And then it'll, from what or however, I've got the instructions somewhere, but it basically says like, it's basically asking if it's capable of doing it, and if it is, do it. So that's one thing what I like about it. So as you tried to do like a double downshift earlier, it was like, no. And there's a cop over there, by the way. So just,
Yeah, other than it being weird trying to find the paddle shifters, it does feel very OEM. I'll give it that.
yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely like the one thing
Right.
that was throwing me off originally is like mainly like finding the downshift paddle on the left when I'm steering.
Yeah, but
Trying to find it like when you're coming back from like a turn was like kind of odd
Yeah,
for a second. But,
you are
like,
right. It does not.
You just have to
maintain-
remember like where it is.
Yeah, do I go that way?
just go straight.
I can't see the lights. Sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's also dark, so it's kind of just like.
But if you let off, it does not maintain.
Yeah, like if you were in first or second from
Yeah.
like the gear selector, it wouldn't like engine brake or whatever.
Like it's like pushing in the clutch essentially.
Basically, yeah.
It makes sense how it only does it in third though. Third is the direct drum, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What?
Third is direct drive.
Yeah.
It's easier to drive around in second than first. I will say that.
Well, yeah, just because I mean.
But first is a straight cut gear, whereas the other ones are bands.
Right.
Yeah. But other than that, though, I mean, it's really honestly simple.
And that's
Yeah.
why first gear winds.
Oh, that's why I won?
Yeah, straight cut. Didn't know that?
No. I also really don't like do transmissions.
Yeah. I just kind of watch random stuff and figure out how stuff works.
And then it goes into neutral.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
but yeah.
Minty.
So
I'm
do you
definitely
approve?
Impressed,
Yes.
honestly.
All
Yeah,
right.
I really want to get one.
No, hit both of them at the same time.
That's what I just did.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, so now you just turn it off.
Turn it back off. That's back on.
Oh, man.
Oh, you gotta wait for a minute.
Dude.
There,
Alright,
now
good.
it's on.
No, it's off. If it's on, it'll have a dash. No, it has the. Do it again. Now it's on. The
Okay.
dash. So now just go up a gear. So now, so what that right there is basically saying is it wants to shift to 2, but the car is saying it's gonna stay in first. So like if you
Oh,
were
so
to,
this is the gear it's going to, and
yeah.
that's the one that it's in.
yeah. So now if you roll forward, just drive forward, just hit the gas. See, now it's in second. So now if you were to hit the paddle shifter to the right, or if you go down, so now it's back in first. And it will
Gotta
stay in
find
the
a nice little spot to mount that display at. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna address that later.
Probably somewhere around like the that air vent
That's
right there next to the radio. Maybe.
Let's go here and just run 49 to be easier.
And it's pretty fast for what it is.
Let's put it this way. My 2009 BMW 335i had about the same response time, and that's on a ZF 6-speed auto.
Yeah.
Which is known to be extremely quick for an auto.
So, I don't know. Where we're going, left or right, it's up to you.
We'll go left, because then all I have to worry about later is making that right when I can make it that case.
And it stays in the gear too.
I've noticed that. That's kind of...
And the torque converter does lock up too. So if you hit it, if you put it into fourth, it'll do a converter lockup too. So it's still got that. And if you were to it will also, what it basically does, like I said, is it suggests the gear, basically. So it'll ask the computer, hey, is this okay to shift into? And if the computer goes through all the sensors and shit, and it says, yes, it'll work, then it'll shift. And
is it just me, or did it actually just flip the throttle for the downshift?
It might have.
It actually does engine brake in third.
Yeah, you have engine brake in third, but not in first and second. Unless you were obviously to do a manual, but
yeah.
So now, and if you were to so you can upshift to second, upshift to third, I think. Yeah, so if you were to drive, so it shifted. No,
That was actually really quick that it did that too.
And then boom, you're in fourth. And look at converter lockup at fucking 26.
Hey, mine's lower. Damn it.
26, 25, same thing. It's because of my wheel.
Mine is low as 20.
Alright, that's just weird.
Stupid low. That's
not normal.
Like idling down the damn road.
Now, if you wanted to, you could just drop 2 gears and just haul ass.
Not with the cops out right now.
Yeah, not with the cops out, but I'm just saying though, if you wanted to. But you can't do it click, click. You have to do it click, click, and then you go.
Now, if you do 2 clicks real fast, will it jump gears?
No, it'll just go down 1.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you could try it. See?
So it does limit how fast you can.
Yeah. Of course, it's a red light.
Skip us.
Of course.
Sounds about. Oh, look at that. Caution yellow.
Hey,
Look at
I
that.
like those lights.
Who doesn't? So
Actually really responsive.
I know.
That's impressive, especially with the old slush box.
I know.
If you had modified tranny with...
I mean, I've got a J-Mod too.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, so I've got a J-Mod and...
Yeah, but you also don't have bang, screech kind of shifts.
Just wait till I get the Marty too.
Yeah.
But the best thing is, I literally didn't even have to key cycle it or anything. I literally just plugged it in.
Well, you really got to put your foot a lot more into yours than mine. That's a whole different throttle map.
Not surprising.
Mine is so aggressive that you tap it and it just, zoom, you're off. And you're like, oh shit, red line. I like how it still maintains smoothness though.
Oh, when you shift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't jerk and lurch and everything like the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's it shifts how it would shift normally, just at your command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is standalone. We did try that out the other night. I had it up to 6,300 RPMs. So.
Oops.
Oh, no, I knew what I was doing. If I floated a valve, I floated a valve.
Yeah.
It'll just make me get, trick flow heads.
Yeah, it still does power shift under full power.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
So would you order some?
Yes, I actually would.
I definitely want to too.
Look at that, 4 orders. Wait, no, 5 including me.
Yeah.
So, are there any flaws to it in your eyes?
Not that I can actually see. This gives you the information that you need. It shifts plenty quick. There's not really any lag.
Yeah.
You did say, and I'm with this, and everybody else who's driven this before. Also, it's very close to the.
Yeah, that I would say that is one thing. It's very close to the turn signal stock.
Yeah.
I think that's more of the design of the car, though, because
it is pretty close in general.
I mean, you have to think the steering wheel was never made around.
It was never made
for
for that. So it's not really the fault of the paddle shifters on that.
It's the fault of design. Yeah.
I also like this, the fact that they actually brought it all the way up here.
Yes.
Instead of just right here, because there's a lot of vehicles that when they have the factory ones,
they're literally
this little tiny winglet here, and they did it more like how the exotic cars do, which is smart. You bring it up more so that when you're really cranking on it, you can still tap it.
Yeah, instead of having to crank it at like what, at 9 and 7. Yeah. So now it's off.
Yeah. See, the one thing I didn't like about the BMW, I liked that they did the up and down. The BMW, it was up, down. You had to push.
Oh no,
which is stupid.
Weird.
So one quick thing is this right here is the gear that you want to go into, or the gear that's like selecting, and this is the gear that you are currently in. So, which is nice because right now I'm stopped. I literally just doing this for purposes, but so just gonna downshift back to first or whatever. So now I'm in first, and obviously you just upshift and downshift like you normally would. So because I don't know if you can tell, there's like a little, for a split second, it's different. Hold on, let's see if I can. Just like exactly what I was talking about. It's the module requesting it, and it's time between the module requesting it and the computer talking to all of like the sensors and everything to determine whether it's an acceptable shift or not. So that's why there's a slight like difference number change, but other than that, it's honestly pretty spot on. So I just wanted to talk about that really quick. So I talked to the guy, he's like, hey, can you move it from down here to like up on the columns? And I was like, yeah, I forgot to ask if I could like double side tape it, but I literally just did that, and seems pretty solid where it's at. And I did talk to him, he did say that the actual production one will be we'll have a longer cord, so that's good.
This is it. The final conclusion? Conclusion. The conclusion. So in conclusion. Damn, essays. Alright. So these I have an oxygen box and a roll of duct tape holding them up. Aesthetics. So first thing, I found out how much they're gonna be. They are going to be $329 after the pre-order and $299 before the pre-order, or for the pre-order, and you're saving $30. As of right now, the website is not up yet. I talked to them about it the other day. When the website is up, I'll put it in the description. So if you're watching this in a couple months, check the description. Or if I put it up and it's there, check the description. I have to say, they're honestly pretty great. I would, if you're a Vic enthusiast and you want to play around with your car, these are definitely a great way to do that, because I mean, yeah, you can upshift and downshift, but you only have so much like range, I guess. I mean, yeah, you can engine brake in first and second, like when you manually do it, but with these, you don't. With these, you can't engine brake with the first and second, because I think it puts in a lockup, converter lockup. That's what I'm thinking.
I think third gear is direct drive on our transmissions.
Yeah.
So with the direct drum or clutch, whatever it is, it's more
one-to-one.
kind of one-to-one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more this overdrive, so that's less than one.
Yeah, I think Really, I guess, because alright, so I live here in Florida, and there was an issue with the weather in January and February. It got really hot. I'm honestly sweating in this long sleeve. Those were like 60 when we got out of the junkyard. What is it now? Like 70, but it feels like it's 80.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So the double-sided tape, it worked. It honestly worked pretty good, but I went ahead and used a different double-sided tape on this. The first thing I did not clean it properly. I don't know what it is, but when I stick something on, I don't clean it properly. This one right here, it's kind of hard to tell. When I pulled it off, it kind of came more off on the steering wheel. So I mean, I'm just trying to get rid of the double-sided tape. Yeah, so there's that. Another flaw thing was, which I talked to him about, and he just said he doesn't mind. I'm pretty sure this would be in the earlier part of the video. This part, the actual box, I had it taped, or it was in the OBD2, so it was in the OBD2, and like this, and then I put my own 3M double-sided tape on the bottom, and just wiped off the steering column part past the dash, or past the steering wheel, next to the what's that? The buttons.
The
Hazard buttons. Yeah. So it's kind of like a little cockeyed like this, but I mean it still worked. It wasn't in the way of the gauges, and the double-sided tape worked until I took it off. The other, I don't think that there was another flaw with it, was there?
Not really. I mean, the only thing I really had with it was the actual the screen portion of it was a little confusing sometimes, because when you're looking at it and you have two sets of numbers, when I looked at it, sometimes I kind of got confused on what the numbers actually meant a little bit, but
okay,
yeah, that was really about it, though.
Yeah.
Everything else worked pretty good. I mean, the whole system worked pretty good.
It really does. Which they honestly went through it with. I'm pretty happy with it.
Doing everything you can to make a lethargical 4-speed automatic as best as it can be.
Yeah, I'm surprised, and I'm just surprised, like overall, how it performed. The battery is kind of a little tricky to get out. It's another downfall to it. It's like one of those nickel ones, like the watch batteries. A little bit thicker than a watch battery. I don't know exactly what battery it is. I could take it out, but I took it out once, but I had like the entire backside off, because this is what happened. Back to the double-sided tape thing. So the double-sided tape got a little hot, and I walked out in my car after work, and I noticed only one paddle shifter was there. It was just the upshift, so the right one. So if you're looking at it like this, it's this one. So it was like this. It was just dangling there, or like this, depending on how you're looking at it. It was just like that. And so what happened was, it pulled on the connector that's connecting to the little board in here that kind of like determines it all. And I think that there's one in here. I don't know. I didn't take this one apart. I took this one apart to fix it. He showed me how to do it. It's honestly relatively easy. There's a little pin right here that it kind of pivots on. You pull that out like some needle nose pliers or something, and yeah, set. And slide it out or something. But so you can even ask him. I plugged it in because he said I could unplug it, and there was a track day that came up. And I wanted to see if it would improve my time. Well, when I shifted it, it didn't really want to shift.
Now, and I have the video evidence to prove it.
Yep. And I got it too, so I'm gonna roll that right now. Just kidding. I revved out to, I think it was, when I looked at my dashboard, it was 6,300 RPMs, which it's kind of my fault though, because I kind of did take the rev limiter off in drive. So
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. And I was winning that race too.
Yeah.
Only because Richard subbed the lights.
Exactly.
Only because of that. After that, because I didn't want to message him. I was already like, what, 10:30 at night?
It was around there.
Yeah, it was around there, and I didn't want to message him. So I ended up messaging him like 2 days later and talking to him about it. He's like, oh, because that happened to him before. Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but something came up. But he found out that was an issue, how the connector would come loose. So he figured out a way. I forget exactly what it was. I'd have to look at the messages. But he got that sorted out for the regular ones, or for the non-prototype ones, the production ones. Or he's going to be tweaking these or whatnot. He's going to do what he does to improve it, which that's why there's prototypes.
Pre-production runs of things are always going to have the flaws.
Oh yeah,
because human beings, we don't make things that are perfect.
No.
But
you can never make anything perfect on your first try.
exactly. But
If you do,
you know, going through the trial and error of everything is part of the process. So
Yeah.
you know, you need those real world experiences to figure out what works and what doesn't work, obviously.
Mhm.
So, you know, overall, you know, even my experience with it, I am definitely going to buy a set when they become available, because I was pretty impressed with how the whole operation worked.
Another flawed thing was, well, it wasn't really a flawed thing, it was kind of like my misunderstanding. They have like little ridges. The little ridges go, they kind of like grip to the steering wheel, kind of like that. You see how they, right there. Right, yeah, focused. I'm using my phone. Those right there kind of grip on the inside of the steering wheel. So, to where it'll like, where basically you line it up and then you put it on. And when I did it, I kind of just went, and I didn't do that. So that's probably why this tape didn't stick. Not 100% sure. I don't know why I keep talking about that. I guess that's really the only flaw. Besides, this was a little bit short. He's extended it, if I remember right.
And obviously, making something, you know, work with something that was never designed to utilize a piece of equipment like that, you know, you're always going to be a little limited on what you can do. But I mean, double-sided tape works.
Oh yeah, it does.
Definitely
100%.
does.
It worked a lot better than I thought it would, to be
Yeah.
completely honest. One thing that kind of sucked though was because I obviously didn't have like a splitter for the OBD2. So if you have like a tuner like I do, like the SVT or HP or whatever you have, or if you have one of those cheap $50 cock chip ones, I recommend a splitter. Just so you can obviously do the gearing, and also you can have your tune. I mean, I don't really necessarily need a splitter, but I like to look at like the RPMs and the air intake temp and everything like that. Which
Battery voltage and trans temp and all
Yeah.
that. Lots of stuff that you kind of want to keep an eye on when you drive a Crown Vic.
I used it for, I want to say it was about a week and a half. I used them. I had fun every time I used them, and going from, I guess, using to not using, very easy. All I had to do was literally just dump. All I had to do was just hit both paddles at the same time, and it was either on or off. And I like it how you can, like, on off. There. I like how you like when you alright, so on it'll do like a little kind of like loading, or I don't know. It's like programming it, it's like alright, let's go or whatever. It's got a delay basically. And then when you turn it off, it just instantly like upshifts to the gear or downshifts to the gear that wants to be in. Because what it basically does is, in the, on the piece of paper, let me actually go get the piece of paper. All that. Like, look at that. I don't know where the camera's at. And it's also got a back. Alright. So, alright, here it is. Word for word. There. Note that CAN shift only sends a shift request to the vehicle ECU. The response to the shift request may not be immediate, and in some situations may not happen at all. CAN shift is not at fault in the event of a delay or no shift. Vehicle speed, engine load, and RPM are all inputs the ECU uses to determine if a requested shift is possible. Although there are numerous fail-safes built into the shifting logic, recommended shift points should be observed to prevent unwanted behavior or damage. The number of gears in your transmission will vary based on model. CAN shift will not request a gear higher than your vehicle supports. So, like I basically said, it basically talks to the ECU and goes, hey, are we able to shift? And then the ECU will go, dee-da-lee-da-lee, and then it'll talk to like, what are all the sensors? Like what, the speed sensor?
Speed sensor, probably, you know, it talks to the throttle body, it talks to probably the wheel speed sensors, maybe, all that stuff to like, that the computer itself uses to determine itself when to shift. You know, it's still probably using all those sensors, it's just not deciding when to shift on its own. You know, that's entirely up to the CAN shift.
Yeah, which is good. And then,
which in turn goes back to you.
Yeah. And another thing is, I talked to him. So, he said that there will be different colored shifters. You remember how I said how easy they are to take off? All you gotta do is just like that.
Oh.
They're in a slotted groove.
Just like so. So. So, yeah. Literally just. And you can do it on the car. I did it on the car.
I forget the number of colors or what colors he has. I'll put a picture in now. And so, yeah. So I'll put a picture in now of all the colors that he has made so far. I don't know if he's gonna do custom colors or not. Other than that though, it's literally just plug and play. And if they somehow become unpaired, like if these are unpaired with this, there's a button on the back that you can use to obviously pair them. You like hit it, it says it right here. To repair, there's a little button right here on this side, on the back. It says press it 8 times, and every time you press it, when it's plugged in, obviously with power, it will light up, and then the LED will flash 7 times and turn off. After the LEDs flash 7 times, wait 3 seconds and press the button 1 time, and the LED will illuminate. While the LED is illuminated, press one of the paddles, doesn't matter which one, and the LED will flash 3 times, and then you're good. And then another way of knowing is if it's paired or not is if you like hit a paddle, the red light will actually like flash or whatever. I guess, something like that. Other than that, I gotta ship them out. Kind of sad that they're leaving, but he gave me 60 key cycles, and it says there's definitely enough to give a solid review. Everybody that I've talked to basically liked them. You, Dylan, you liked them. Richard liked them. So I like them. You like them. Richard. Darian
didn't, but Mikey did.
Well, Mikey did.
And Joseph did.
Joseph did.
Yeah.
5 people all had good reviews about it.
Yeah.
February 20th of 2020. I almost said 2020. 2021. It's the day that I'm giving the review. Alright, flaws. Tape, wiring, could be a little bit longer, and then you could set the light multifunction switch, and then that's about it.
That's really good.
There's, like I said, there's 2 numbers on it, and how they work is, so the number on the left, I don't know what that is.
I think that's dude's truck. Next door.
I don't know if alright, so I'm gonna try to talk over it. I feel like it's just gonna start running again. Oh my god! No. You have 2 numbers, and it's this one right here is the gear that it wants to go to or it's in. So like if I was in second and I wanted to upshift, so it'd be a 2 and a 2, and then if I upshift it, this right here would turn into a 3. Excuse me. This right here would turn into a 3, requesting it, and then if it all goes through, it'll obviously upshift, and then this right here is the gear that the transmission is actually in. So then that right there would go from a 2 to a 3, and it literally just like that. It's for the most part, obviously, unless I'm in first and I'm going like 6 miles an hour, click, click, or click, and click. It won't go to third. It'll just go second, and then as I request it to third, I think it'll drop back down to first. I don't remember how that was. I didn't record that. It was second, and then it would go third, and then it would cancel it out, and I think it would just the requested shift number, the left number, would just go back down to 2. I'm pretty sure that wraps it up.
I think so, yeah. I mean, you know, what we talked about.
Definitely.
And multiple people drive the car, and pretty much everybody was very happy with it. They said they wanted one, so.
And they drove my car. I didn't swap it over from vehicle to vehicle either.
Yeah.
And if you have a tune, I don't know how it is in HP tuners, but the SCT X4, it didn't affect my tune at all, which I'm happy about. And I did up the shift pressure, and I used it once or twice. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ew.
It was like freaking just immediate.
So that concludes the video. Get these for your 06 Plus. Cool.
In my opinion on it, 10 out of 10 would shift again.
So yeah, definitely recommend these. Recommend this product. Like I said, they're $299 pre-order, $329 after. That concludes the review. Honestly, he's a nice guy. Couldn't thank him enough for letting me try this out. I have to write up something, post it on Facebook, reviewing, kind of like a write-up on it for the Facebook group. Other than that, buddy, is there anything else?
Well, that's pretty much it.
Alright. Don't know how long the video is, so this is the end of the review. So don't know a date of when they're actually gonna be released. If he lets me know, check the description, obviously.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe too.
What did I say?